Hey people. Based Oscar here. You know, being unemployed is a full-time job, and there's impressionable autistic men on the internet for me to make videos for. Big shout out to this guy for suggesting today's video. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Forgive me for some of the background footage. I'm aware that this has the fidelity of blurry vintage corn. Anyway, let's get into the video. Today, I'm going to be taking you back to the past. No, not like that. We're going back to the year 2001 to talk about one of gaming's most keynote games, Halo Combat Evolved. By the way, like and subscribe please. I'd like to shitpost for a full-time job and only you the viewer can make that happen. Please, give me money. In 2001, a game landed that didn't just define a console, but reshaped gaming itself. Halo Combat Evolved introduced us to the Master Chief, the Covenant, and a sci-fi universe that only still exists in our memories, thanks to a certain game company. Today, we're diving into how Halo CE spawned an entire franchise, and more than likely also contributed to my inability to even speak to a woman without having her contact the local authorities. It's literally 1984. So grab your body pillow and let's start moving further and further away from the potential of ever receiving physical touch from a woman ever again. Sorry, but femboys do not count. Before Halo, Bungie was a small Chicago studio known for a game called Marathon, a Mac-exclusive FPS in 1999. They unveiled Halo at Macworld, pitching it as a third-person shooter for Macs. But everything changed when Microsoft acquired Bungie in the year 2000, to then lock them away in their dungeon for the next decade to make Halo games for Microsoft. The development was about as smooth as watching an obese person attempt to walk up a flight of stairs. Deadlines and a shift to a new platform, the Xbox pushed Bungie to their limits. Fun fact here. The iconic Warthog was almost cut because its physics were a nightmare to code. Go ahead and watch Inferno Plus's longest Warthog possible video to see what I mean. Yet, Bungie's ambition to blend exploration, story, and combat set the stage for one of the best first-person shooters ever made. Halo Combat Evolved was released on November 15, 2001. Halo launched alongside the Xbox, selling over 5 million copies by 2005. What made Halo's gameplay loop so addictive? It was essentially the golden triangle of shooting. Melee and grenades, perfectly balanced for fluid combat. You could snipe a grunt, bash an elite, and toss a plasma grenade in seconds. The controls felt intuitive, especially on the Xbox's heckin' chonkers Big Duke controller. The AI was a standout. Grunts fled in panic when you killed elites. The elites flanked you strategically, making every fight dynamic and unique, allowing for a greater level of replayability on levels. Then you had levels like the Silent Cartographer, giving players freedom to approach objectives however they wished. On that mission, you can straight up leave all the Marines on the beach while they're fighting and just run the opposite direction. The game allows the player agency to tackle things how they want. And the vehicles? The Warthog's wild, physics-driven rides were unlike anything in 2001 besides your average single mother driving a Nissan Altima on their way to the welfare office to receive their EBT and having their pitbull riding shotgun with them. Halo felt like a leap into the future. It also introduced Marines who would actively fight alongside you against the Covenant, to which having friendly AIs fight next to you wasn't something that was commonplace in gaming at this point. Let me talk about the Marines for a second. Whenever you find Marines in the game, every single one of them are in awe of you. Unlike in real life where women flee from your presence, the devs really need to fix that bug, by the way. It really drove home the fact that you're an elite soldier, a symbol of hope for a bunch of Marines in space with the past-finding capabilities of your grandfather with late-stage dementia. No, I still have not found Grandpa. I'm sure he's fine. The story for Halo is really simple to grasp. You're a big green man who's really good at making things not live anymore. Your ship, the Pillar of Autumn is bordered by a fanatical religious alien group known as the Jehovah's Witnesses. You then discover a giant space hula hoop that may belong to God. The Pillar of Autumn then crashes onto said hula hoop faster than the Bogdanovs crashing whatever cryptocurrency you just bought. It's up to the big green spaceman to gather as many Marines together as he can before he inevitably runs them over or accidentally shoots them after they run directly in front of his weapon as he's shooting. Truly, the Marines are playing chess while I'm playing checkers. Spoiler warning, by the way. Just kidding, this game is as old as some of you watching the video. Space zombies start taking over the entire hula hoop, and Master Chief Keef has to own the libs epic style by beating them with facts and logic and blowing up the hula hoop so the space fent addicts can't escape and turn the rest of the galaxy into the most clean street in Los Angeles, California. Talking about the art style here, the game is very pretty to look at. Almost as pretty as logging off of League of Legends and exiting your dimly lit apartment to go touch grass for the first time in 10 years. There's lots of colors and different biomes that you'll encounter throughout the campaign. There's Pacific Northwest, a snow level, a level set in a desert, a level that you will skip every single playthrough because it's about as fun as having sandpaper grinded against your gooch. There's one of gaming's most iconic levels ever, where you and a group of your allies storm a beach and somehow don't expire right away despite the fact that you literally landed directly in front of a well-fortified enemy position and slowly got out of a dropship one by one while the Scientologists shot at you. Assuming you have friends that don't vanish after you take your medications, you can play co-op on this game, and it's pretty fun. A lot of people really like the co-op and multiplayer to Halo Combat Evolved. I didn't have friends growing up. Yes, shocking, I know. To play this game with. It wasn't until my man-child years that I was able to experience the joy of having your friend melee you in the back, killing you instantly every time you spawn, then teabagging your lifeless corpse. I can't speak too much on the multiplayer aspect of Halo Combat Evolved because 343 keeps banning me from the online games because of me being the silly goose I am. I have over 20 different mods installed on the Master Chief Collection at a time. In conclusion, Halo Combat Evolved was pretty cool. I recall many fond days of vegetating inside of my house playing it on the OG Xbox. Halo Combat Evolved made sure that the Xbox would actually sell units. In the year of our Lord 2025, the console wars are now over. As I've gotten older, I always find myself revisiting Halo CE on MCC with mods. It brings me back to a time where video games were made to be fun and not shove political propaganda down your throat. A game that could stand on its own. A game made by a bunch of guys just trying to make something that's fun. And that's it. The idea of making a game that's just about being fun nowadays is a concept lost on almost all of the AAA game developers. In my own Chud opinion, Halo CE should never be remade. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Halo does not need to be remade for a modern audience. Quotation marks. So, that's the end of the video, you know. Many thanks to the many viewers of this video for bankrolling this channel. You're all truly wonderful. See you in the next video. P.S. I try my best to reply to comments, so feel free to comment. I'll try my best to get back to you. Anyway, see ya.